Good evening, friends. Hi, Stephanie, Shigeko, Lori, Namaste. Checking all the little things here. Just going to chant for a moment so we get started. Some new blessings. Om Gananantva Ganapati Gum Havamahe Priyanantva Priyapati Gum Havamahe Nidhinantva Nidipati Gum Havamahe Vaso Mama Aham Jani Garbhadamatum Jasi Garbhadam. We invoke you with offerings, Lord of the universe. We invoke you with offerings, Lord of love. We invoke you with offerings, guardian of the treasure. Come and sit within us, revealing the realm of the gods within us. Yes, revealing the realms of the gods within us. Om Narayana Samayuktam Muktahar Vibhushitam Swanasam Asnam Charu Trichatam Pratigriyatam. We honor the divine entity of Ganesh and invite Ganesh to take a seat in the heart. Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Ganganapataye Namah. Om Ganganapataye Namah. Om Sarvakarmane Namah. Om Trimurtaye Namah. Om Sarvajnaya Namah. Om Havishe Namah. Om Yajnaya Namah. Om Sarvakamane Namah. Om Trimurtaye Namah. Om Sarvajnaya Namah. Om Havishe Namah. Om Yajnaya Namah. Good evening, yogis, friends. This evening we'll explore the part 4, the attributes of the Mahat, the cosmic mind. The theme that emerged for this evening's class is the theme of the All. So as we go through this evening's practices, allow your mind to pierce through the veils of individuation, if you will, of division, any form of this and that, of other and I. And just let the perception that flowed into the realm of the Supreme All. The Paramatmane. The Paramita, the limitlessness. As usual, we'll begin with our breathing practices, our pranayama practices. As a warm-up, let's just do deep yogic breathing here. Initiating the inhale by expanding the belly, and then continuing the inhale, the ribs expand, and then the chest lifts and expands, and then just gently let the breath float from the lungs very slowly. with a sense of presence, subtlety, and very slow release of the exhale. Remembering at the bottom of the exhale to slightly track the belly button to the spine. And at the top of the inhale, a slight suspension, a slight kumbhak. One might actually begin to visualize or even sense the pranic vitality that is abiding in the breath. Purposeful and present, and peaceful, a very sattvic state of practice here. And gently with your next exhalation, complete this practice. Just feel the effects of the practice. Taking the position of the observer, and continuing our pranayama practice with Nadi Shodan, nerve cleansing practice. As we know, this is alternate nostril breathing, just folding the index finger and middle finger into the palm of the hand, extending thumb and ring, hand to face, elbow lifts, chin stays directly in line with the sternum and the belly button, and just beginning this practice when you're ready. And then as you continue this practice, as we included in part 3 of our Mahat Sadhana, the Girija Yoga, the mantra of So Hum. As you inhale, tracing the awareness down to the very base of the spine, holding the breath in, and internally in the mind chanting Hum Saha, Hum Saha, Hum Saha. When you're ready to exhale, internally chant the mantra of Om, O-N-G, and place that mantra at the third eye chakra. And continuing this technique again as you initiate the inhale, So Hum, holding the breath, awareness at the base of the spine, Hum Saha, Hum Saha, Hum Saha. And then as you exhale, the awareness flashes to the third eye, and the mantra of Om is chanted, O-N-G. And again, this is all internal. And completing this practice by exhaling out the left nostril, so cycle completely through, no matter where you are. Take your time. Just feeling the effects of the practice here. So our next practice will be the same practice, but it will be done with just the mind, and we'll reverse the sides. So how this practice is done is you bring your awareness to the very open end of your right nostril. Concentrate there for a moment. Both of the hands are resting on the knees or thighs. Concentrating on the end of the nostril, and then imagine initiating the inhale and drawing the breath just through the right nostril. You might even flare that nostril just a bit to focus it on that side. Hold the breath in, bring the awareness down to the base of the spine, and again, chanting Hum Saha, Hum Saha, Hum Saha. And then when you're ready, focus on the end of the left nostril and its opening. Exhale through the left nostril and chant again internally Om, O-N-G sound, focusing on the third eye chakra. Stay focused on the end of the left nostril, and then again with a full yogic breath, imagining that you're inhaling through just the left nostril. You can add the hum, or the so hum rather. Hold the breath in, concentrate on the base of the spine, and again chanting internally Hum Saha, Hum Saha, Hum Saha. And then bring your awareness to the opening of the right nostril and exhale, chanting Om, O-N-G, flashing the awareness to the third eye. Just continue this practice. By exhaling out now the right nostril, completing the round that you're on. Just feeling the effects of the practice. Our next practice will be Viloma Pranayama. We know this as reverse breathing. We've done this a number of times, but I'm going to add just a bit of a feature. If one recalls, the practice is done utilizing the full yogic breath, inhaling, but in 5 steps, with 5 equal pauses between each step of inhale of breath. And the new feature is that we will also step the breath out in 5 equal breaths out with 5 equal pauses. An example would be as you initiate the inhale by expanding the belly for a couple of counts and then stop the breath for a couple of counts and continue to inhale into the belly for a couple of counts. Again, stop. 5 breaths in that way with pauses between each breath, and then 5 steps out with pauses in between each exhalation. Viloma Pranayama, reverse breathing, is beginning when you're ready. One is invited to focus deeply on the stillness, the space between the pauses, or the pauses themselves, the stillness, the silence. One is encouraged to completely release the breath on the exhalation. At your next exhalation, completing this practice, return to a subtle, rhythmic belly breath. Feeling the effects of the practice. All these practices may have a healing quality to them, an Agni, in the energy of purification. Just breathing into the belly, allowing that inner fire to subside. If you'd like to do a cooling breath, a Sikari or Sikali Pranayam, breathing into the belly through the pursed lips and exhaling through the nostrils a few rounds. That's helpful. Listening and reflection. Om Sarva Karmane Namaha. We bow to the one who is all karma. Trimurtaye Namaha. We bow to the one who is the three faces of being. Om Sarvajñaya Namaha. We bow to the one who is all wisdom. Om Havikshe Namaha. We bow to the one who is all offerings. Yajnaya Namaha. We bow to the one who is all sacrifice. Joining hands here in prayer at the heart. Allowing for a sense of presence and stillness to pervade the moment. And then joining our voices through the ethers, the chanting of the mantra of Om together. Just inhaling Om. And bringing the thumbs to the forehead, reflecting the connection between the heart and the inner wisdom Namaste, friends. Just gently coming back. Okay. Just allowing for that kind of illuminated space of the all to just kind of be sustained internally. And again, thank you all for joining. And then just want to go through our kind of our discussion portion of these attributes of what I call the Mahat, or the cosmic mind. And we know the source of this is the 108 names of Shiva. And in the teachings of Samkhya, which we understand as the kind of the grounding philosophical construct of yoga, and the implication is that from the isolation in the actualized state of pure consciousness, where the energy of Prakriti has been isolated from the Purusha. And so the actualized being, one, is able to then perceive the state of pure consciousness, if you will, without the imprints of Prakriti. And at some point in the evolution, in the Pravriti Dharma, they are joined. They become a one entity, if you will. This is where I believe some of the confusion can lie, in that we think that this is if you will, a state in this philosophy that's less than the one or less than the whole. And the actuality is that it is still the whole. And even in the isolation of the Prakriti from the Purusha, it's all about perceptive capacity. So we get this derivative, if you will, of a conscious attribute from the pure conscious principle into the joining of the Purusha and the Prakriti that creates the Mahat as somewhat of a lessening. And it really is just a density that begins to appear in the perceptive field from the capacity of our mind to be aligned with the purity of the Purusha. But then within the Mahat, the cosmic mind, the mind of Shiva, begin to dwell in in attributes, in qualities. The first is a very important one and reflects this significantly, and that's Om Sarva Karmane Namaha. We bow to the one who is all karma. So we're essentially honoring the Purusha, the Shiva, and the attributes of all the possibilities of Shakti, or in the Samkhya system, the Prakriti in all of her possibilities. Why this is, if you will, very important is that on the spiritual path, one might say that one is seeking illumination and the quality of light, and somehow say, maybe not necessarily declining the quality of the darkness, but somehow wanting to reframe that and in some way even possibly negate its value or its truth. And in the actuality is that darkness is also within the structure of the all. So what this shloka is telling us is that we're bowing to both, if you will, we're not even dividing that way, bowing to all karmic possibilities. And if we don't bow necessarily to all possibilities, then we're internally dividing. So we're negating a portion of the attributes of the divine. What I would offer as a reconciliation to that is that to illuminate the quality of mind, we can go back into understanding the flow and the nature of the gunas, rajas, tamas, and sattva guna. And then we further understand that the development of a sattvic mind is the only, if you will, and preferred mechanism for illuminating into the pure conscious principle. So we're actually resolving, honestly, the light and the dark. We're resolving all of it. Om Tri Murtaye Namaha. We bow to the one who is the three faces of being, the three images of being. When we excavate this somewhat, we understand that what we're being guided to reflect upon is the physical, subtle, and causal world. And so, as in the previous shloka, we're being invited to accept the whole karmic reality as the possibility of the one. And then this just says, then in the images of being, which have to do with the three bodies, physical, subtle, causal, that the principle of the all is essentially all of that makeup. It's not separate. Om Sarvajnaya Namaha. We bow to the one who is all wisdom. What we must understand in this shloka is that wisdom is reflected into prakriti, reflected into the material world that then creates the material world, and it's created in itself. It's almost as if wisdom is not expressed, it's benign in nature. It has no reflective component to it. So wisdom is actualized in nature, if you will. One might say within the universe, in its simplicity and in its complexity, wisdom is abiding. Om Havishe Namaha. We bow to the one who is all offerings. I find this to be a fascinating perspective in that, say, when ceremony is done, there's always an equipage or an object that's utilized in that ceremony to then, say, be offered in some aspect to a divine nature. The imprint of that ceremony is that there's almost like an inherent duality that the worshipped is somehow in a different seat than the worshiper, and somehow even then in a different seat than the offering. That somehow the offering in some way may even be subservient or subjugated to the ritual, to the ceremony, to the one being worshipped. And the actuality that this shloka is trying to support our understanding is that even the offering is part of the all. It's the subject and the object. Om Yajnaya Namaha. We bow to the one who is all sacrifice. There's this significant understanding that in pradhana, the empty state, in the state of the unmanifest of the creation, which we'll talk about more in a workshop coming up at Karma Yoga, that this purity of pure conscious being, its movement into the assimilation of prakriti, into the creation, was the first sacrifice. That it wanted to come to know itself through form, and so therefore it released itself from its pure state of suspension. and absoluteness, and then included the qualities of the gunas and the elements and the senses. And that sacrifice, while may be the nexus point of the, if you will, the start of the evolution of the universe, that nexus point is continuing. It's a continual sacrifice of creation and recreation. There's an ongoing movement of the universe in its derivative state, living and, if you will, dying or changing form and moving through and accumulating and letting go. And somehow we may feel in that cycle of letting go that the imprint of a divine force may be somewhat obscured or absent, and it's actually very involved in it. And that's Shiva. Om Sarva Karmane Namaha. Om Trimurtaye Namaha. Om Sarvajnaya Namaha. Om Havishe Namaha. Om Yajnaya Namaha. We bow to karma. We bow to the states of being. We bow to wisdom. We bow to the offerings. And we bow to sacrifice. Okay, namaste, friends. Thank you for that. And I've already sent out to the Girija Sangha Sadhana group the chanting of these attributes, their translation as well. And so, and if for any reason you're not part of that Sangha group, please make yourself known to me through the comments here at some point with contact information, and I'll be able to include you in that Sangha group. Let's transition here for just a little asana practice so we can seal kind of these qualities within, our sadhana here this evening. And so make your way off of your seat position if you haven't already. And then simply, just begin to, from all fours, circle the hips, kind of normal, just to unravel the hips and the body from our seated position. Pretty familiar there that way. And just beginning, of course, when you're ready, as I get a little bit of soft music started here for us. And certainly reach out for any questions that you may have on any of this material or even the practices. My intention for these practices, the pranayams and meditations and such, is to really, turn it up a notch or two from what we may have been used to experiencing. so we can attune being in a more dynamic pranic climate. And with a kind of consistent practice, you'll notice that the pranic energy does two things. It increases and it purifies. And then even a simple little practice like that becomes dynamic in a multitude of ways. Just moving and breathing, feeling. And again, it's interesting once we get involved in our practice, the sensations of the body can kind of dominate our experience, where that becomes the soul experience. And one is always invited, as we talk about, to let actually the awareness and the observation of the awareness be, if you will, the primary feature of the experience. So from tabletop here, extend the right leg, toes tuck under, so just a little stretch there. Bottom of the foot calf and Achilles. And then float that right leg hip height here, and then the left arm shoulder height to really reach in each direction. A little spin of the wrist, spin of the ankle, and then inhale breath. Exhale, rounding, elbow and knee just squeeze into the chest. Then inhale, sweep open, and then exhale, rounding. And then again, a couple more times. And this awareness principle, neutral, left extends toes, tuck under. Stir the hips, maybe float that left leg hip height, right arm, shoulder height, breathe, inhaling, and then exhale round. Just continue that. And back to neutral position. A little twist, so left hand under the face. Take the right to the sky, spin the wrist, breathe deeply here. Inhale breath. And exhale, thread the needle. Reaching left hand, top of the mat, hips left, or rather hips to the right. And inhale breath, exhale left hand under, and then sweep right. Switching to the right hand, grounds, and then float the left. Little spin of the wrist here, breathe. Inhaling. And then exhale, float that. Left hand thrown inside right shoulder here. Right hand reaches hips to the left. And inhale, breathing, and exhale. Right hand back under the face, float left. Pretty familiar sequence here. Just opening the body nice and subtly here. And then from this position, extend the right leg out to the right, like so. Hips drift back, elbows bend, forearms. So stretching and grind that right leg. Just breathing. And then gently inhale, come up to neutral. We'll just simply switch this out. So extend the left leg out, toes forward here. Inhale, breath. And exhale, hips back, forearms. And again, just allow for your experience to be guided into a state of witness, awareness, witness consciousness. Inhale, breathing. And exhale back into neutral position here. So we're back into tabletop. And then from here, extend the right leg behind you, ground the foot, and then bring the right hand to the sacrum and just let the heart open here. And then float this right arm up and over. Just reach, turn the side body into a nice crescent moon shape. Deep breaths here. Yep. Then inhale, float the arm up to neutral here, then float the leg up and then bending that right knee, capture, squeeze, tilt the buttocks, and then kick the foot into the hand. Just breathe here. Open the heart space. You can squeeze the shoulder blades together a little bit. You feel that? Inhale, breath. And exhale, gently release. Back in the tabletop here. And then switch it out. So extend the left leg behind you, ground the left foot, balance. And the right hand, left hand, sacrum here, heart spins open. And then left arm floats. And then draw the arm over the head and just reach. Crescent moon shape with the left side of the body. Breathe deeply. And then float this left arm up, float left leg. And then bend the left knee, capture foot or ankle here. Squeeze, heel the buttocks. Kick foot into hand and track the shoulder blades towards one another. Just breathe deeply. And then gently release the foot here. Back into neutral, back into a tabletop position. And then let's meet in downward facing dog. So down dog here. Feel free to move in a way that's suitable. There can be a tendency to ooh and ah as the body feels sensation and it's released. And one might suggest that that experience is met with equanimity, with a non-binding nature. Just watching. It's how we accumulate the all awareness, the witness consciousness. And just breathing deeply, just sustaining the form. And let's meet in a forward fold here at the top of the mat. The weight can kind of shift into the big toenails, a little straight ahead. Grabbing opposite elbows. And just witnessing again, just allowing for your perception to include all features of possibility, universalizing the ability of the perceptive mind. And half lift here, hands mid shins lengthen, tilt the crown, shoulders move away from the ears here. Inhale, breath. And exhale, lengthen out as you pull down, chin tucks, hands release here. And then again, Ardha Uttanasana, half lift. And exhaling to Uttanasana. One more release. So inhaling. Exhaling. A little bit of these ground hands, then send the left leg back. Take a moment here. Fingertips get our balance, and then with an inhale, straighten that front leg, that right leg, forward towards the shin. And exhale, bend. Two more. Inhale, straighten. Exhale. And again, inhale. Exhale. And from this position, let's float up into Dvajasana, into our crescent form. Just float the arms, reach. Stay with the breath. A little bit of movement in this front leg. Nice big inhale. And exhale, sweep the hands behind you and interlace the fingers. Let the head and the arm bones draw back. Cycle the shoulder blades down, back. Breathe deeply. Refirm up the back leg quad. Next, how you're breathing. Then inhale, float both arms up. Exhale, right hand to the right waist. Then inhale, left hand forward, twist to the right, sinking armpit to knee, twisting to the right. Stay with the breath. Firm back leg, open arms. Then draw the right arm over the head and just breathe. Inhale, breath. And exhale, release. One hand, step back. High plank, high push up here. Stay with your breathing. Inhale, breath. Exhale to the knees. All the way to the belly. Then inhale, cobra. Using muscles of the back. And exhale, flow back down. Two more. Tuck back toes under. Inhale for the high plank push up. And exhale. Down dog. And then left foot steps. Runner's lunge here. Fingertips catch your balance. From back bend. And then inhale, straight front leg forward towards the shin. And exhale, bend. Two more. Pausing. Go torso and arms. Reaching. Little pulse in the front leg. Inhale, breath. Exhale, hands behind you. Interlace here. Back leg is firm. Breathe deeply. Exhale, breath. Inhale, float arms. Exhale, left hand, left waist. Inhale, reach right hand forward. Twisting left. Sinking armpit to knee, fist. Right hand, left covers right. Breathe, twist open. Then open arms, right earth, left sky. Breathe. And then draw left arm over the head. Stay with the breath. Inhale, breathing. And exhale, release, twist. Step to the top of the mat. Pause here. belly button draws to the spine. Expanding capacity of awareness. Inhale, half lift here. We'll bend these cactus arms. Let's reach to the sky. Little sway in the body. Reach higher, inhale. Exhale, put hands behind you and release fingers. Inhale, breath. And exhale, hands at the knees, fold at the hips. Hands and arms float over the head. Just breathe. Inhale, breath. And exhale, release hand and arms down. Send the right leg back. And then ground the right knee on the earth. Pause here. Kind of pulse in this front leg. Sinking the hips a little deeper. Then open the left knee to the left. Left hand, left knee, right hand grounds. And then float the left arm. Another little twist. And then bend the right knee and capture foot or ankle. Just breathe here. And inhale, breath. And exhale, gently release the twist here. Step this left foot back, high plank again. Inhale, breathing. Exhale, knees to the belly. All awareness. Muscles of the back, inhale, Bhujangasana. And exhale, float down 2 more. And then 3 more. 3 more. Meet in down dog. We'll bend these right foot steps. Right hand. Left knee releases down. We'll just pulse a little bit. This front hip. And then open the right knee to the right. Ground left hand, right knee. Twist open to the right. And then float the right arm. Reach. Breathe. And then bend the left knee. Catch your foot or ankle. Breathe deeply. Inhale, breath. And exhale, release the foot. Hand plants and then step to the top of the mat for the fold again. And listen carefully here. Bend both knees just a little bit. So ribs to thighs likely. And then straighten just the right leg. Breathe there. And then bend that right knee. So both knees are bent and straighten just the left leg. And breathe there. And then gently release. Core tones here. Cactus arms, fly back to standing and reach to the sky. A little sway in the body. Bring the hands down by the sides here. And then gently inhale, float the arms over the head and hold the breath in. little bend in the knees and exhale, float the hands and arms down by the sides. Create a little oval shape with the arms. Then inhale, sweep the arms overhead, hold the breath in. And again, exhale, bend knees, float hands and arms down by the side. And just create a little oval shape. And do this one more time. So inhale, sweep up, hold the breath in. And exhale, float the hands and arms down by the side. Inhale, breath. And exhale, a little bent knees and just hinge at the hips. Coming into standing forward Uttanasana. And inhale, half lift. Exhale, full bend knees, step back into down dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana. And release into child's pose. And gently, inhale, come up to tabletop. And then just gently make your way over onto your back. Make sure you have a block or a pillow, something nearby. And bring the arms at a T out to the side, the feet, the hip, or rather the width of the mat wide, and then draw the knees to the left and the gaze to the right. And just breathe here. If you'd like a little more sensation, you can take the left foot above the right knee and just hook it. Just breathe there. Again, allowing your perception, your awareness to universalize. And gently unravel from here, and we'll just float then the knees to the right, gaze to the left. And again, if you want to draw the foot above that left knee, you can. And gently draw the knees back up and hug them. And rock side to side. Then feet flat and capture your block. And place it under the sacrum first. Palms turn upward. Shoulder blades kind of wiggle towards the midline of the spine here. Take a moment and then gently walk the legs out long. Really reach through the big toe mounds of each foot so there's extension through the front of the hip, and then let the feet tenderly roll open. Let the collarbones broaden naturally. If there's the flattening of the cervical spine, lift the chin here so the curve in the neck is sustained. Belly to the spine as an experiment. And put a little bend in the knees here. Straighten the legs to the sky. Maybe place the block on the edge if you choose. Palms stay turned to the sky. The eyes, they can close if you wish. A little gentle bend to the knees here. And just make your way back to earth, the body. Squeeze the knees. Begin to move into Shavasana. We'll do one breath rotation here as we normally do. Leg extend, comfortable. Pooch out the belly on this one and only Kumbhak. So exhale your breathing and inhale. Deeply inhale, hold the breath in. And pooch out the belly. And then draw the belly to the spine and then gently, slowly exhale. Completely releasing all the air from the lungs, the very bottom. Exhale. And just breathe into the belly. With your next exhale, let the body just fully soften, surrender. Just relaxing everything down. Practice of Shavasana. It's the body completely soften and let go. Oops. But then the awareness piece has an illumination to it. It's just gently guided to this omnipresence, this all pervadingness, form of reality, form of perception. In this reality where the Purusha and the Prakriti were never psychologically divided. It was always a non dual space, a space of the all. This place where the offerings in the ceremony is also the God. There's only the archetype of the one. There's only Nishkala, Nishkala, this place where there's no parts, no derivative, no he, no she. And notice the emptiness. And then notice your breath. And maybe there's a distinction, and then let the body breathe deeper. And just sustain this sense of witness. And then allow the body to then move some here, just returning to the form. And moving, of course, and eventually making your way to seated here. And just joining your hands to prayer, just feeling for a moment, one last moment. Bringing hands to forehead and connecting heart and inner wisdom, and sharing gratitude for our time together. And namaste, friends. Just to the state of the all. And much gratitude for joining this evening, of course. And I think many of you on the stream are coming this weekend for a retreat. Really looking forward to our day, and definitely consider the Karma Yoga Sadhana. That's promised to be pretty illuminating as well. And again, thank you for hanging with me through these nights as they get a little later and things and all that. And remember always to love peace, friends. All right. Have a good night. Hope to see you soon. Get some good rest. Om Namaste, everyone. Deep bow. You're welcome, Sarah, Stephanie. Om.